Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Diddy is firing back at federal prosecutors who he says is hell-bent on keeping him locked up at least for another 2 months. All because he hired some male prostitutes to bang his girlfriends. In new legal docs, Diddy's legal team rips the feds, claiming prosecutors are unfairly targeting him as they have throughout a misplaced investigation. Diddy's camp said this: impervious to the jury's verdict, the government proceeds as though Combs was not acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, along with all racketeering acts with which he was charged and found not guilty. His attorneys continue, hell-bent on punishing him for being a user of prostitution services in a more draconian manner than anyone in U.S. history. The government continues to target him unfairly, just as it has done from the inception of this provably misplaced investigation. The filings come in response to federal prosecutors urging the judge in Diddy's criminal case to deny him bail and keep him in jail until his October 3rd sentencing. As you may recall, Diddy filed a new motion for bail last month with his legal team arguing he's probably the only man in America behind bars for hiring and transporting male sex workers across state lines to bang his girlfriend. Diddy skated on racketeering and sex trafficking charges in his criminal trial and only got dinged for 2 lesser prostitution-related charges under the Mann Act. But his lawyers say prosecutors are making statements that are at odds with what a jury of his peers found. His defense previously said there's no binding precedent for keeping him in jail before sentencing, but prosecutors came back and said Diddy failed to show the court any evidence to mitigate his crimes, which might justify releasing him on bail. Prosecutors also cited 2 prior federal cases in which judges denied defendants bail after convictions under the Mann Act. They say both cases are almost carbon copies of Diddy's because the defendants were also facing sex trafficking charges, but were only convicted of Mann Act violations. Diddy's team says his case is an outlier because the prostitutes he hired were adult American men who he and his longtime girlfriend agreed to bring into their relationship. Diddy says the men were paid thousands of dollars for sex and believed they were friends with Diddy, Cassie, and Jane. Diddy's team says his case is an outlier because the prostitutes he hired were adult American men who he and his longtime girlfriends agreed to bring into their relationship. Diddy says the men were paid thousands of dollars for sex and believed they were friends with Diddy, Cassie, and Jane. As I reported earlier, Diddy's ex, Virginia Hewen, otherwise known as Gina, filed a motion to ask the judge to let Diddy out on bail. The question is, will the judge grant the motion? Will he give Diddy a bail? Give me a thumbs up if you think the judge will give him a bail. Thumbs down if you say, nah, it ain't gonna happen. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. He's not gonna give him a bail, fam. I don't think so. I don't think so. If he was gonna do that, I think they would have been done it. Diddy offered them people $50 million and they still would not let him out. I think somebody passed a memo down from the moment that they decided to go get him. I'm talking about before he even got there. They was like, oh, we ain't even thinking about no bail. You can forget about that. We don't care what he do. We don't care what he prove. We don't care. We're not letting him out until his case is exhausted. Point blank, period. We're not doing any of that. So I don't think Diddy will be out of jail before October 3rd. And either way, it looks like they're gonna try to give him some kind of time. And then it's gonna be on Trump to grant him a pardon. At first, it seemed like the pardon was a slam dunk. But since about a few days ago, Trump has walked back his, support for Diddy. Because at first he was like, it seemed like the guy got a bad deal, like it don't seem like he's all the way guilty. What the hell is all the way guilty? He said, it doesn't seem like he's all the way guilty. Trump has walked back his support of Diddy. So who knows how it's going to go now. Here's the deal. There's only one way for Diddy to get out of jail early, because it looks like the judge is going to give him some kind of time. He's going to have to swallow his pride and kiss the ring to get that Trump pardon. He's going to have to do that. The less amount of time the judge gives him, the easier it would be for him not to kiss the ring. Hold his mud, stand 10 toes down, give him the middle finger. But if he gets any type of substantial time, and I mean anything in the years range, the 1 year plus range, I think Diddy is going to kiss the ring. He's going to swallow his pride and kiss the ring. And, who knows? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea, because all he got to do is do what Trump would do. Get the pardon and go back on his word. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.